Okay, here we are, Namm 2014, and every year we love to come by and see Rob Papen and talk to him about some of his cool instruments. Last year we talked to him about Blade, and this year he's got a new version of Blue, one of the original instruments that you put together.
Yes, that one is from originally 2005, so about time that we made an upgrade. But it's also good that we waited because we added some features some will know from Blade.
Yes, I noticed that. Tell us a little bit about the new version of Blue.
I mean, what we added in a very briefly is that we added the preset manager, which makes it easier to scroll through all the presets. And what we also make visible is all of the time is the amplifier with the envelope, which is very basic and essential if you do some production. So if I have let's say a nice pad sound, which is a big pad sound, it comes in very slowly. So if you want to have it a bit faster as producer, you don't have to seek in all the pages, simply adjust it here inside the envelope. So the envelope is always visible, and the play mode is always visible. That's changed. But the biggest change is that we added also a certain range of samples. So what you hear now, this one, is combining synthesis together with the choir. But for instance, we took also metal sounds, pan flutes, everything which is great for synth sounds and new fantasy sounds. This one sounds like a creepy choir. Let me put it a bit louder. It's not a choir, it's originally metal, and we mangled the sound totally by the filters from Blue2. So it's scary, isn't it?
It is.
Well, the other thing we added in Blue2, we have still, of course, the FM synthesis and also subtractive synthesis inside of it. For instance, if you take this preset, this is one of the original Blue ones. Many will know it. Fifth Element. Now in the new version with Blue2, I added to this preset also choirs, and that sounds so amazing. Where is it? Here.
Now, can you add your own samples?
No.
No.
We did not do that because, well, that will be maybe a possibility in Blue3. But it's already so much work to collecting these samples, putting them in. There's an engine in the background which was made for me so that could I add everything inside of it. But that would delay it. And of course, there are people who want to load their own stuff in, but it's not the, I mean, it's not a sampler. Right. So it's basically really a top synthesizer.
Well, that choir sample is might not be able to hear it so well. It's huge sounding.
Well, and this is this is then pure without the synthesis. Is the well, we added also strings. Very nice, very good sound. Classic strings, but that's dry. It starts to getting fun if you combine that with the synthesis of Blue2. So they get this sound. It's a bit too loud. Hear the strings. So that's the power of Blue, combining things together.
Can you go different volumes for the between the sample and the bring up the sample, bring down the sample?
Sure. I think we had that one here. Strings. This one is strings together with choir. Choir's gone. Choir comes back. So several options that you can use in that. But that's not all. I mean, we added a very nice range of samples. But we also added the XY pad from Blade with some additional features. So if I press here vector, it means that it controls the first 4 oscillators as a vector. Okay, let me pick a preset, which is the best thing to do. Well, you have one. I can make it not visible, you see only the dots. You see A, B, C, and D. So if I have the vector synth on, it controls the volume of the first 4 oscillators. And you can do change the balance between the 4 oscillators manually.
Which are all independent. All the oscillators are independent.
Yeah. Or you can say, do record it. Okay, I can play it afterwards, play. You can make it MIDI time based, just like the one in Blade.
So you can sync the whole thing to a bar or...
1 bar, here it is, 1 bar, or everything, what else. But we added new things to it, because it records in 128 steps, you can see it, and if you want to edit it, that's a bit too much. So we have a kind of quantize for the points. So now I put it to 16s, and that's easy to edit it. That's cool. That's even more. Let me, because the vector controls now the 4 volumes, but you can also still address anything else, because we still have the upper dials and the dials on the left and the right side to control with the X and Y movement on other parameters. So I could take, for instance, the semitone of oscillator A. Okay, it goes 2 octaves up, down. It's not such an exciting sound, but let's make it exciting by just quantize it here. So I quantize the movement in, let's say, 16 notes.
Oh my God.
So it makes it steps. So it's weird, isn't it?
It's kind of quasi-arpeggiator. Now, were you able to do that in Blade?
No, but in a future update we add that to Blade, sure, okay. Sure, because it's very nice, because the edit options are much better. And this quantize is a very creative tool, because it makes from, this is not useful, but this one is very nice, of course. So that's new in the XY pad. So XY pad version 2 also, in fact. Well, the other thing, we have wave sequencing. Blue already had a sequence and an arpeggiator. But the sequence, we make also now the option to, for each step, you can have your own waveform. A bit like subboom bass. So let me show it. I close this one. You see here's the sequencer. And you have 2 pages. One is normal, where you set your melody, and the second page is wave. And you have 6 oscillators, and you can simply pick for each oscillator your own waveform, which is down here. The other thing we added to Blade is more FX. You have 4 FX in total. There's over 30 algorithms. Included the new high quality reverb, which is a very nice natural sounding reverb. I will play that with one of the samples we have also inside, which is actually a pan flute. It's a very warm sounding reverb. So the range of samples we added is really focusing on synth music and new stuff. Okay, what we have now is Easy page, still there. So if we want to change the sound in an easy way. Of course, Blue is pretty deep in terms of features. And if you pick a preset, I simply pick one. Go to the easy page. I can simply very easy edit things. Well, still, you always have the amplifier here on the right side and the play mode always visible, which is handy because in the studio and you have the sound, you think, oh well, it's a bit too long. And then the volume envelope is very important. So you can make it very shorter. Or another example why we added on the right side these two parts is, for instance, if you have a nice arpeggiator sound. Let me see where it is. I'm not finding it. Where is it? It's hiding. Oh, here it is.
Maui Sunset.
Yeah, the original one was this one. Which is in Blue 1. But I made a variation, which is Maui Sunset.
62.
Yeah, thank you.
62, or no, 82.
Oh. Yeah. And it has the extension Fox. Now we added a sample Fox to it. Okay, if you're in a studio and you think, okay, this arpeggiator is nice, but I want to play it manually. In the older Blue, you had to go to the global page. Now you simply go to play mode. You say, I'll make it polyphonic, and you simply can play it yourself. So it's a bit more user-friendly. Presets you can select up here. Oh, I almost forgot it. There's another thing which is cool inside Blue 2. It's the re-triggering of envelopes. For the ones who know what FM synthesis means, it means that each oscillator has its own volume envelope. And we do re-trigger them. Listen to this one. Okay, when I go to the screen, we have here all the oscillators and its own envelopes. Well, oscillator 1 is a boil. It's a metal boil which I sampled inside my studio. And it's on oscillator A.
Metal bowl.
Yeah, it's a metal bowl. It's a boil. Now, here it says re-trigger. And if I look up here, it says re-trigger to half a beat. So this one plays half a beat. Now I put on oscillator 2, and that triggers on the full bar. And I got third oscillator. It's a pad, doesn't re-trigger. So it's flat. And then we got oscillator D, which is a vocal. So
you can build some really complex pad sounds that are moving.
Yeah. So there are many ways you can make moving sounds using the XY pad or this.
When will Blue be available?
Well, we hope to have it ready in end of February. I mean, the only thing we're doing now is building presets, so that still takes time. The rest, the bass, everything, the code, it's very stable.
Is there a price point yet?
It's $179.
Wow. Okay, and is there an upgrade path for?
Oh yeah, sure. It's if I'm not wrong, I think it's $49. So 49 upgrade from Blue 1 to Blue 2.
Will Blue 2 be coming to Reason?
That is not possible yet, because Reason has not the option to have different pages. And picture that we have 1, 2, 3. Of course, we also have wave shaping. In total, we have 12 pages. So that's. But you never know how Reason will expand with features for us, for developers, that we have new functions that we can also can build Blue2, and that will be also in Reason, of course.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rob.
You're welcome.
It's Rob Papen, and we're here looking at his new synthesizer, Blue2. Go check it out. It's a steal. It really is.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome.